Hey guys, what's going on? Got another Enhancement Shaman PvP video here, and this time we are doing Enhancement, Windwalker, and Holy Paladin. This is around 1700 CR. I don't know what the MMR is, but if you didn't know, recent changes have happened with this week, and that is an 8% overall buff to, or overall nerf, sorry, to everybody. 8% reduced primary stat from the trinket bonus, and then enhancement also got I think it was around 15% healing buff to healing surge, as well as a bit of a buff to elemental warding, which reduces our magical damage taken. So overall, the entire PvP has slowed down a little bit. In my opinion, it's pretty okay for the game, seeing as damage has been extremely high. But as for the MMR changes that they have made public, um, I feel like they have made changes, but it may take a week or two to actually see a difference in the MMR rating. So hopefully by next week we'll see a massive increase to rating gains and decreases, or whatever they planned on doing. They didn't really give a specific, they just said they were looking into it essentially. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But let's get into the match. This first match is Boomkin, Havoc Demon Hunter, and Holy Paladin. I think this is one of the top comps. I think it's an S tier comp or even A tier. I'm not sure, but it is powerful. What we want to do is we want to train down the Boomkin, and the reason for that is because all he wants to do is spam clone our healer, and then also he can do a lot more damage. Even though we are on top of him, it's not like he casts a whole lot, so the only thing he's going to really go for are cyclones anyways. So, because for whatever reason, 90% of their damage is Sunfire, Moonfire, and Star Surge. So I'm not sure what the whole thing is there. But anyways, you can see I'm almost out of mana because the Paladin bopped him twice, but I could not get them off no matter what I did. So unfortunately, I'm running a bit low on mana. As for talents right now, I am running Cage Totem, Grounding, and I dropped Burrow for Stormweaver now, so I have a bit more self-heals and a little bit more helping with teammates too for healing. But yeah, so we want to focus down the Boomkin. We want to try and get him into bear form as much as possible, and also make him and punish him for going for clones and stuff. As you can see there, they kind of left me alone, so I went for a straight Hex on the Paladin. And now with a Boomkin on the team, you don't have to worry about 3 interrupts. You only have to really worry about the Havoc Demon Hunter interrupt and the Holy Pally if it's near you. Other than that, you can feel free to spam Hex, which I should be doing. We get the Divine Bubble there because we were putting out a lot of pressure, getting a bit of CC. But as you can see, the Paladin's being very aggressive, wanting to CC Shook, so he was going to go for a Repentance, I felt like, so I tried to get a Hex. As you can see, he walked up and interrupted me. And then here, their Holy Paladin is almost out of mana, so we're pushing very, very hard to pressure even more, and we're just able to get him down. So main focus against Boomkin Havoc is definitely hit the Boomkin as much as possible, but go for as much CC because they lack the interrupts to kind of stop it. And if you pull interrupts from the Demon Hunter, you can save your healer a lot of unwanted headaches with interrupts, not having to worry about fake casting sometimes as well. So here we got Unholy DK Destro Lock. This is kind of a pain in the butt comp because a DK is very good at peeling for his caster teammates. And the reason why is because 1, Death Grip, 2, they have the best slow in the game. So here, we want to focus down the Destro as much as possible, and we know the Unholy DK is going to be on top of him. The reason why we want to focus down the Destro is because we want to make sure we're stopping most of his damage. And when I say focus, I don't mean full tunnel vision the Warlock, don't hit anything else. Don't forget to look for swaps. Like you'll see us here, we will switch the DK eventually, I feel like. I don't really remember this, but you want to make sure you're making swaps as well. You don't want to just focus one target down. It is good to stay near, but as you can see, the DK gets really low, freaking out the paladin, and we get a kill on him. So making swaps is very important, especially when you're playing with an Enhancement Shaman or as the Enhancement Shaman. Most of your comps are going to rely on quick swaps because of your quick burst sessions. Here, we want to hit the Affliction Warlock as much as possible. The reason why is because Affliction Warlock does a significant amount of damage. If left unchecked, they can do even more. Whereas if you were to focus the Elemental Shaman, you wouldn't be able to get as much of a damage reduction from him because he doesn't really cast. Being free versus being trained on an Ele Shaman isn't a huge difference in their damage output, but if you have a better option to go after, then go for the Ele Shaman. But here we want to go for the Afflock. He's a lot squishier. We have a better chance at killing him. Although they do have significant amount of self-healing through Drain Life, it is still worth it because as you can see, his health is just, it looks like a blood DK in a Mythic Plus dungeon. It's going up and down, it's crazy. But yeah, so the priority kick on an Affliction Warlock is going to be anything really. If you're going for the kill, focus kicking Drain Life. If you're just trying to stop a bit of damage, kick anything because his only school is going to be Shadow. Soul Rot is also a key ability to look for. If he's casting Soul Rot, don't interrupt it. 1, because it's nature. 2, you want to interrupt the Drain Life right after because it's going to apply to anybody with the Soul Rot on it, increasing the amount of heals he gets and a bit of damage as well. So here we want to take out the Affliction Lock. As you can see, I gripped them together, and then for whatever reason my cage brought him back, and then really weird interaction there. But if you have Cage Totem into this comp, try and pull the other players in for your Windwalker to get a leg sweep. You want to try and play kind of like you're looking at Walking Dead, if you know that comp, DK Windwalker, where the DK grips in another player or both of them and then sets up for a massive leg sweep. It's very, very good, very helpful overall. You want to focus on pulling either the healer, if you can get the healer in. If not, just pull in the Ele Shaman, just get a bit of cleave going. It's always helpful. And then here I didn't get the bop off with my Greater Purge, so I just switched to the Ele Shaman, get a bit of damage. Here the Warlock pushes in really far, so I drop a Cage Totem, pull him farther away, and we end up taking him out. Really poor play on his part. I'm not sure what he was going for. It seemed really, really weird. I don't know if he thought that was his healer over there, but unfortunate on their part. But as you can see, Cage Totem is super useful for moving people around and putting them into bad positions. Here is a weird comp. This is Outlaw Windwalker. They're going to do a lot of burst damage. So as you can see, I start off by pulling in the Disc Priest. For whatever reason, he instantly feared both of us. Seemed really weird to me, so he doesn't have that for Shook, so I'm not too worried. But we're going to be hitting the Windwalker for the most part. There's a pain suppression, so we're just going to switch to the Outlaw Rogue for a second just to get a bit of extra damage, see if we can't pull another cooldown. So as you can see, we're quickly switching, we're getting a significant amount of damage, and then we swap back to the Windwalker because the Rogue ended up using Evasion. Here's a cheap shot. I'm spamming Earth Ele here because I know, okay, they want to do a lot of damage to me. Just get Earth Ele out, get a bit of HP, help out a little bit. And then we're still going on the Windwalker. There's Pain Sup and Karma. So now we're just like, okay, what do we do here? I'm dying. So I burrow, knock him up. Shook's able to get me topped off a little bit here. And then they go for CC on him, so I just drop a Cage Totem, trap the Outlaw with the Priest, so that way he can't get a fear. And then here is where I use my Trinket. I dropped Tremor because I saw it, and I couldn't move it, so I Trinket moved it afterwards. I waited a second to make sure my my totem projection was off cooldown, so that way he didn't get a cheap shot off on me. It would have been unfortunate if that happened, but now they're all grouped up. Shoot gets a really nice triple blind here, and we're able to just take out the monk. I'm not sure why they came really close together, but worked out in our favor. And on to the last match of this session. We got Unholy Demo Lock, kind of similar to the Destro one, but a bit more annoying because there's so many pets on the map. And I'm sure you felt this way with some of the matches as well. And if you can see in the top left, I had a bug and it was kind of annoying. But anyways, our main focus is actually going to be sitting the Death Knight. The reason why is Demo's super tanky because of the way Soul Link works with his pet, and it's also kind of a pain in the butt to chase after them with so much CC and a Death Knight on their team. So we just said, okay, screw it, let's just hit the DK. It's so much faster, so much easier. As you can see, he's just falling, and the Shaman accidentally misses his link, which is super unfortunate. But yeah, we were just able to train him down and take him out, and it was pretty free, and lucky on our part, he missed the link. But that is it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!